well is whether Iran will actually return to the table for talks. You've got Iran's new hardline president, Ibrahim Raisi, saying recently that the US sanctions were a crime against humanity. That's what he called them. They don't sound like they're ready to talk to the Americans quite yet.
Well, the question is at this point is really what interest the Iranians have to re-enter any deal, because they've reached the threshold of the nuclear weapons. Since the U.S. withdrew from the JCPOA, the Iranians have moved very fast to the threshold capability, and that's where they are today. They are very close to the threshold, A, and B, as you guessed in Bahrain said correctly, the Iranians have been able to bypass most of the U.S. sanctions thanks to China and Russia. And therefore, today, the United States, as opposed to the pre-JCPOA international context, cannot count on the cooperation of China and Russia to reimpose sanctions on Iran. The Chinese are not playing balls, the Russians are not either. And therefore, America's capability to impose tough sanctions on Iran today are very limited. So there are U.S. sanctions, but these are mostly bypassed by China and by Russia. And therefore, Iran is able to survive economically despite U.S. sanctions. And as I said, since they basically reached the threshold capability to the bomb, they have very little interest to reach another deal with the United States.